Hello, my sweet soul sisters and brothers. My name is Mindy Arbuckle, and I'm here today to talk to you about hiding places and coping mechanisms. You know what? We've all got them. And for people like you and me who are really starting to connect with or are feeling really aligned with our highest selves or our deepest spirits, it can be something that keeps us hidden, right? Another way you can say this, which is probably weird to say these days, is we wear masks and not just the COVID masks, but masks that are energetic, that are ethereal, that hide who we really are depending on the situations we find ourselves in. And that's based on coping mechanisms that we've created through our whole lives so that we can survive. But you know what? You're not meant to just survive, my dear sister, my dear brother. You're meant to thrive. And you have to recognize that the yearning that you're feeling in your heart, that there's something more for you, is real. It's not just an imaginary feeling that comes and goes. It's your deepest truth trying to reach out to you and speak to you. And so today, let's talk about these coping mechanisms. Let's talk about these places where we hide, because we hide in plain sight and yet we don't feel fulfilled, right? So we can be hiding in our careers. I'm not saying that everybody is doing this, but you can hide in your job. You can say, well, I'm doing good and I'm doing, everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm following the rules. You know what? I hid in the career of owning a yoga studio for 15 years. I was not stepping into my fullness, into the role that I'm really here to play, which is to serve bigger and to really deeply change people's lives. Was I making an impact while I was being a yoga studio owner? Yes, 100%. We're all doing our best with what we've got. However, is there a chance that you might be hiding in what you're doing? You know, are you staying in a role, in a profession, in a job, just because it pays the bills, just because it is something you're good at? But what's your heart say? What's your heart say? Okay, maybe you're hiding by being a mom, and you're putting all of your energy into being a mom. And again, that's a phenomenal thing. You want to be the best mom that you can be, the best dad that you can be. However, realize, have you lost yourself in the process of your parenting? I know a lot of beautiful women, when they become mothers, they lose themselves. They forget who they are. Like, they don't even know how to take care of themselves or make space for themselves anymore, because this thing of a child has become all encompassing. And that can be at any age, it can be at any stage of your children's lives. Are you putting all of your energy into other people, into serving other people, your family, your extended family, your friends, and you are a fixer and a helper, but you refuse to fix and help yourself? It's easier to look at other people's problems and figure those out than it is ours. That's where we start to find that we're hiding. We're hiding in plain sight, doing what on the outside looks like the right things to be doing, and they may have great value, and I'm sure that they do. You're an amazing person. You have a great heart. Yet, why the hell are you so worn out? Why are you overwhelmed? Why are you anxious and depressed all the time? Why do you have to cope by having a drink every night, or smoking cigarettes, or smoking pot? Why are you hiding? What are you trying to shut out? My guess is that it's the fear of you not stepping up to being fully you. Yep, I just said it. It's a hard truth to hear, but you're not being the best you can be, and you know that there's more for you, but you don't know what to do, and so you stay stuck, and you keep repeating the same patterns, the same habits, the same processes that aren't working for you. You keep hoping that people will respect you because you're helping them. You keep hoping that they'll reciprocate that love and that support, and you don't get it. You don't have boundaries. You aren't taking care of yourself. You're actually not being a great example for your kids or for your family because you're letting people walk all over you. You're not showing up as yourself. This is one of the hardest things that I've had to learn, and it's been a process, but I've learned it so deeply and it's so ingrained in my being that I can help you get over it as well. Right? That's my job. That's how I'm showing up in this world, and that's how I'm stepping into my fullness, is by saying I am here to serve and to love and to support you. You don't have to do this work alone. Right? That's what almost everybody I talk to tells me, is that they feel so alone on their path. I get it. I know how that feels too. But you don't have to be alone on this path. You don't have to feel like you're out in the middle of the ocean floating out there on your own, not knowing where a lifeboat's going to be, not knowing where the next place is going to be that you're going to land. I get it. There's a lot of uncertainty out there. And when there's uncertainty in who you are, you hide. You stay in your comfy, well, maybe not so comfy comfort zone, and you don't stretch anymore. You've lost who you are. You've forgotten. You've forgotten how to be you. You're just going through the motions, and it sucks ass. And you know what? At some point, because you are you and you are aligning with your spirit one tiny step at a time, something's going to break in your life. And I'm not trying to be like scary or fear-mongering or anything, but what happens is that when you ignore who you are long enough, and your spirit's been talking to you over and over and over, and you keep ignoring, you keep shutting her out, something breaks in your life. Usually it's something dramatic, and it breaks your spirit to say, shit, it can't keep going on like this. You know, you lose a job. Your car, you get in a nasty accident or completely breaks down and you're like stuck. You get a divorce. You know, your kids turn on you. You have a physical ailment or injury, or you end up having surgery or something. Like, your life starts breaking down when you're not aligned. And it's a call to wake you up. You see how spirit works is it starts by just kind of tapping you on the shoulder and whispering in your ear like, hey, can you hear me? I'm right here. Can you hear me? Listen up. This is what you're in store for. This is what I have in store for you. And when you don't listen to it like that, then it starts getting a little bit louder, and it's like, hey, listen to me. Maybe you get some stomach aches, like some acid reflux, or you're just nauseous all the time, or you're starting to get headaches more often. Maybe your lower back starts giving you fits, or your knees or your ankles start talking to you, and it starts getting a little bit louder, because these things are messengers. And eventually, when you keep ignoring those slightly louder messengers, well, it starts getting a little bit louder and a little bit louder, and things start breaking and shutting down in your life. And then eventually it's a 2x4 across the face energetically. And that's when shit hits the fan. That's when everything feels like it's falling apart. That's when you have a giant meltdown. That's when you get the injury. That happened to me. Oh, that's happened to me many times. Okay. Like, I'm not perfect. I do my best to listen. And sometimes I don't get the message. And the message is going to just keep coming and coming and coming until you really get the message. Like, I got messages of, the studio's not working. And I literally had multiple floods in my yoga studios in Colorado. Like, we don't get floods in Colorado. And I was not anywhere near a river. It was all from above and from below, like flood coming up from the drains and floods coming down through the ceilings. And like, there's messages that were always being given. Like, I crushed my right foot so that I could get this message of stand on your own two damn feet. You are strong enough to do this work. Wake up, Mindy. Wake up. What's it going to take for you to say, wake up to you? When are you going to be willing to really step into your fullness and to make a choice that you are important in your life? And that the more aligned you are with your highest self, the more you're going to be able to do these things that you love to do, like serving your family and helping. You're going to do that with even more energy and more verve. Instead of it exhausting you, it's going to fulfill you, because you're going to have a whole different perspective, and you're going to come from a different place of centeredness, and intention. You're going to be aligned with your highest self. Your highest identity is going to be leading you, not your small self, your supervillain who's been pulling at your reins for the last several decades. Okay? Your spirit wants more for you. And you know that. And it's time to stop hiding. Last year, I really think 2020 was all about us kind of going inside, regrouping, and it ended up as sort of hiding. I mean, who didn't want a little extra space, a little space away from their jobs? But you didn't utilize the space the way you thought you would. That's another way of hiding and coping, is knowing, oh, I should be doing this, but you never really do. You don't actually take the actions that you want to take. You know you should be meditating more often, but you just don't. You know that a healthier diet would be super good for you, but you keep eating the same old crap. That's how we hide. That's how we cope. We say, well, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get, all the things for salads and broccolis and healthy, healthy, healthy. And then you search through the house, when it's 10 o'clock at night, looking for the bag of Cheetos, the box of ice cream, the cake left over. We don't need to hide anymore. Spirit, Divine Mother, they're calling us to shine bright, to take off the masks, not the COVID ones, the energetic masks that we wear that dim our light so that we're not showing up fully as ourselves. The thing that was one of the hardest things for me to really learn was with my family, was that every time I went back to Nebraska to see my family, I live in Colorado and have for 20 years. Every time I went back, I said, I'm showing up as me. And then every time I left, I'd say, crap, they got me again. What happened? I went back into my old ways. Like I sort of somehow became 13 again. And it didn't work for me. And every time I went back with my clearest intention. And I just kept building muscles of showing up as me. And then somebody woke me up and said, Mindy, what if they actually need you? What if they need you to show up as yourself? As all of you. This is something that we all need to learn. We need to show up as ourselves because the people in our lives who we think don't want us to show up as us, that we think they want us to be something other than us, what if they need you to be you? And they need you to prove to them that there's another way, that you can shine bright, that you can be authentic. What if they need you to be you? And if you don't show up as you, you're proving their beliefs, you're proving their story that it's not possible. So I'm calling out to you right now to step into the light, to stop hiding in your story, to stop hiding in your old ways, and to reach out and grab my hand. I am here to love and support you like you've never experienced before in your life, because I've been through it. I know what it feels like. And I'm here to pull you out of that mess. I will show you the way. I will give you a roadmap and hold you accountable and be your advocate, your sweet, loving, strong, powerful advocate to get you out of your old ways and stepping into your freaking fullness, because that's what you're here for. That's what 2021 is all about. And there's no more waiting game going on. Waiting was the story of last year. 2021 is all about taking spirit-aligned actions. And please know you don't have to do it on your own. I am here. There are other people out there willing to reach out for you as well. But right now, you're here. You're seeing this message and you know that it's resonating. Reach out. There's nothing that you can lose by reaching out when you feel like your life is drowning, like you're just soaked in it all and you don't know how to get out of it anymore. There's nothing wrong with reaching out and asking for help, for becoming part of a community that will allow you to embrace you in a safe and loving environment so that you can embrace you in all these other places. All right, it's so easy. Schedule a call with me. Waking up is easy to do. It's taking the step next that takes a little bit of courage, a little bit of This is scary, and I'm going to do it. So schedule a call with me. It's mindyarbuckle.com/talk. I've opened up my schedule for you. I've got time next week to really, truly dive into what's going on in your life. Where are your hiding places? What are your coping mechanisms? And are they still working for you? I mean, if they are, fantastic, great, we're not going to change a thing. But most likely, you know they're not working for you anymore. You're ready to make a change. You're ready to align with your highest self because you know that's how we're getting through all this rubbish that we're all in right now. Okay? I can't tell you how much I love and adore you. I may or may not know you personally. It doesn't matter. I love and adore you. And you're worthy of that. And you're worthy of coming out of your hiding places so that you can be fully you. You have a gift to give this world that nobody else does. Let's get you aligned with that. Let's get you aligned with your highest purpose, with your highest identity, your highest frequency. Tune in that dial of your frequency to shine your light as bright as possible, because that will help you become more abundant. You will make more money. You will have more impact in your life, and you will feel fulfilled, finally living the life of your dreams. Yeah? Okay, mindyarbuckle.com/talk. That's it. It's so easy. Spirit-aligned actions. That's what we need to do to get out of our hiding places and get out of our coping mechanisms. And I am here to support you 100% on that journey. I love you. Can't wait to talk to you. Have a fantastic weekend.